What's up, preppers? Welcome to another episode of All Charged Up. I'm not in the car and I'm not charging. Why? Because this week I'm working from home. It's the last week before Christmas, but I didn't want to miss an episode because a few of you have been enjoying my rants. So this is what this is. No notes, no script, just a rant. And I've got two subjects this week. One's governmental and one's political. So if that's not your thing, tune out now. But here we go. First one is I'm sick of getting zero answers. PMQs, all right? Prime Minister's questions. Anyone watched it? You might not watch the whole thing. You might watch the snippets on TikTok or on YouTube shorts of like certain bits they want you to see. But you can watch the whole thing. It's every Wednesday. It's like at 11:45. And I take an active interest in politics, so I've been watching it. And I'm just sick of it now. I'm genuinely sick of it. Now, all parties, all political parties, I don't care what your persuasion is, blame the other side, right? That's what they do. When the Conservatives get in power, everything was Labour's fault. When Labour get in power, everything's Conservatives' fault. And you kind of expect that. But at least change the narrative a bit. The £22 billion black hole. It is the answer to everything. Honestly, you could ask Starmer, what's that thing flying up there above the thing? He'll say, well, it's because of them and the £22 million black hole. Everything is the same frigging answer. And it's doing my head in. And the new Conservative leader, I quite like her. She's got a bit of something about her. And she's got some really good points when she talks really well and she addresses him really well and she puts him down really well. But Starmer comes back just with this same script every time. And I'm sure he's got like some terrible joke writers just before because he tries to make a joke at every parliament. I think he thinks if people laugh at him, then, you know, we'll all be forgiving, like we were with Boris, bumbling Boris, because, you know, it was just a bit stupid because he's Boris. No, you're not. You're an absolute idiot. Your dad definitely was a toolmaker because you're a freaking tool. It does wind me up. I mean, the whole procedure winds me up a bit. Like, staged questions is one of them. So it's like whoever's speaking. So let's say it's PMQs, Starmer speaking. There'll be at least 3 staged questions from the other side. And you know the stage because it's just completely something you do not need to have in PMQs. Could have been done in an email. It'd be like standing up going, would the Prime Minister agree that he's done a very good job at this thing and the Conservatives left us in a terrible state and now he's going to commit to doing this so much better? And then Keir will go, yes, I will. Take a photo. It's just so fake. It's unreal. And then any sort of conflict he gets. I mean, I'm not a big fan of SNP, but the SNP guy stand up and he give him an absolute tirade. And the comeback was, oh, you used to sit down here, now you sit up there in the cheap seats. That's all it was. I won't answer any of the issues. I'll just slate you somehow. Same with anyone asking him questions. Well, that's why everyone voted, and that's why we're sat here. No, people voted. I said, not we, I didn't vote for him. But people voted for the promises you made. You know, all the ones that you've gone back on. Them ones. Yeah, them ones, yeah. And it's just, it winds me up. And I can take a level of it. I really can, because I've been watching it like before Keir Starmer was a thing. I watched it through when Corbyn was running and the opposition and stuff like that. And I generally watch it to see if there's answers and things being done. And it's kind of like the first port of call for my news, because you see them discuss it and argue about it live. You might get an inkling of what's going to happen next. But yeah, it's just the whole thing's become more of a farce than it ever was. And I know there'll be commenters on this going, well, it's all a farce anyway. It's all staged anyway. And people will say, well, they're all working for the same side, etc., etc. But it's just, yeah, that's my mini rant about that. It's just ridiculous. And it's so fake. It's just so fake. This whole party, everything they're doing is so fake. It's ridiculous. And the best thing about the leader of the opposition is she's proving it. And she'll say something proving it, and his comeback won't be anything to do with the points you made. It'll be like, yeah, but you were worse. Yeah, but you did this once. It's just pathetic. How long can he honestly continue in that way. But he does. The Labour Party still does have completely blind, dedicated supporters. I've seen family members of mine this week say stuff against him, which I never thought I'd see, because they are like staunch Labour. But he's alienating his own followers, his own party. There's no way he can last a full term. I'm not saying it's going to be a general election, but him personally, there's no way he can last a full term. He can't handle it, clearly. But what's the option? Can you imagine Rayner coming in, taking over? Rayner taking the reins. Oh, God. Just, the next cabinet meeting round a kitchen table in a council house. I'm sorry. I'm not slating council houses. I'd love one. It'd be cheaper than what I'm paying now. But, she's got them vibes. You know what I mean when I say that. I'm not slating anyone in that position. So, yeah, every single answer. I'm going to start doing it. Every single answer. Every time my boss asks me something this week, because it's Christmas and there's only a few of us working, I'm going to say, well, I was going to do that, but there's this 22 billion pound black hole. This 22 billion pound black hole. No, I know I should have clicked that. No, but it was because of the 22. See how well it works for me, regular person. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I mean, would you like Keir Starmer more if he just kind of, I fell on his sword a bit and said, yeah, I made a mistake. He's sticking to his guns so much because he thinks he'll lose face, but he's already losing it. So if he turns around now and says, right, I was wrong about the winter fuel allowance, there's tens of thousands of pensioners not claiming pension credit that they should be. We don't want them freezing because of circumstance. We'll re-implement it. With the aim to remove it in a year's time or 2 years' time. Just give them a lead time. You gave them no time. You just said, oh, this year, it's starting to get cold. Yeah, it's gone. So, would you like him more if he admitted to his mistakes? Interesting to see your comments below. I'm not after party lines here. I don't tour either of the main parties at the moment. What's classed as the main parties. And I'm very fluid with my politics. If the Labour Party came out at the next election and they had somebody I could get behind and they had some policies that I could believe in, I'd vote for them. Same with Conservatives, same with Reform, same with anyone. I vote based on what they are offering at the time and what they are saying at the time. So let us know your thoughts on that one below. Right. What's next? The next is a personal one. And I want to set the premise here. Okay. So, because I know there's going to be people coming, oh, poor YouTuber, send me some money. I don't want your money. This is not a begging thing. I'm not going to ask Richard Vobes to post a video and ask you to pay into my PayPal. I'm not that prepper. That's the wrong channel. But I just want to tell you about this because I felt the experience was noteworthy of saying something. So, last month, well, actually, we'll go back 2-3 months. About 3 months ago, my partner was very ill, very sick with a condition, which meant she couldn't work. So she had nearly a month and a half off work. So the bills don't go down. Still got car payments, still got insurances, still got everything. Both got phones, etc., etc. So I was bearing all the weight of that, which was difficult. She goes back to work. I get my pay slip that last month. Last month. And it's about 30% less than what I usually get total. And if you work it out, it was less than minimum wage for the hours I'd done. So I got a paycheck for that month for less than minimum wage. It's like, what the hell? So I went and checked this tax code, like K350 or K250 or something like that. And turns out it's because of a previous employer that filed tax returns late that made them think I'd earned a year's wage in 2 weeks. So I was making up for that. So they'd basically emergency taxed me to hell. So anyway, I was like, okay, we took the hit last month. Luckily, last month, I got a decent amount off YouTube for a change because one of my videos hit 85,000 views for some reason, the dystopian UK one. So you might have seen that. but that's completely out the norm compared to my regular viewings. So that gave me a decent ad revenue. So that kind of helped a bit. And she's gone back to work, so that helped a bit as well. So, but we're way behind with what we want to be. I've got 5 kids, Christmas, some of them are older, they understand, but some are younger and they don't understand. So, right, okay, at least this month, I'll get my wage, the tax will be sorted, and I'll get the tax backs from last month. Buzzing, not a problem. She gets paid in January, early January, so it's no issue at all. So I think, brilliant, all set. We are 2 days from my payday. I get paid on the 20th. It's early for Christmas. And I thought, I'm just going to check. So I messaged the payroll woman who I've got a contact in the company. I said, no, we got the same code. The K350, month 1, whatever it is. I was absolutely fuming. So I've rang the tax office today, got through, explained the situation again. Why put notes on somebody's account and record details of calls if they have to explain it every time they ring? That's just a call center thing everywhere. Why? Why do I have to explain it all 15 frigging times? Read. I will sit here quietly while you read the notes. Not a problem. Anyway, explain the situation. He told me that the last agent I spoke to, bear in mind, the last agent I spoke to told me, oh, this is actually your tax code. It'll be sorted by next month, as in December, and you'll get it all back. No problem. She went, oh, and it'll generate a new tax code overnight, and that tax code will tell them how much to give you back, like how much you earn back, sort of thing. I was like, okay, no problem. That's it. Left it like that. Sat back pretty, thinking, planning Christmas. Sorry, this is long-winded. If you're not interested, turn off. It's not a problem. This is what the charge time thing's all about. But yeah, so they've taxed me again, and I explained all this to him, and yeah, he was like, "Oh no, you were supposed to ring back when the last pay slip went onto your account, so we could see it." I was like, "No, nobody said to ring back. They said it would be sorted." I've literally got it written down here, the notes from the phone call and the email that I sent to the HR woman that day. Oh, well, sorry, it's not being done. We can put it all through now. When are they running payroll? I'm like, they've already ran it. We get paid early in December, so they've already ran it. Oh, he was like, oh, okay. Well, I've definitely put it through now. And at this point, I was recording the conversation because I thought, I'm not doing this twice. He said, I've definitely put it through now, but don't worry, you'll get it back in January. I'm like, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. It was so blasé. The whole thing was so blasé. There was no real apology or anything like that. And I don't know if they think I'm some rich guy who's paying 50% tax because I own 6 Starbucks or whatever, but that's not the case. You've seen the case study. You know how much I earn. You know how many kids I've got. You're the government. You are the man. You know everything. But you're so blasé, no apology. Yeah, you'll get it in January. All right. Yeah, I'll just tell the kids that Santa was cancelled and he's running late. Honestly, God. And what pisses me off more than anything, this is every single government department, whether it's local, like council tax, or whether it's national, like PAYE, which I was dealing with. They can take money like that. Ring them up and say, oh, I owe you a bill. I got to pay you £20. They could take the payment instantly in any form. You could send them stamps. They'd take any form of payment to get money off you. Getting money back? No. Oh, you got to wait another month. And then I won't be surprised if I don't even get that and I've got to wait for a goddamn check. How can you have an instant payment method forwards but not backwards? It's just robbing you constantly. Absolutely robbing you. But you know what? If I rang the council tax and said, well, I can't pay the council tax this month because of the tax office, I've messed up my tax, it wouldn't matter. They wouldn't care. There'd be no excuse. I still got to pay that. Because, one hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing in all of these departments. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's the blasé attitude and how casual they are in it. And the fact that I went a month thinking it was fine. They told me it was going to be fine and wasn't. That pisses me off more than anything. And why it pisses me off more than anything is because I deal with men's mental health a lot. I used to do it more so when I had my football team. You got lots of young men aged from like 17 to 30 odd, all got problems, all got issues, money issues, family issues, stuff like that. And I deal with mental health on a regular basis. Christmas is one of the most stressful times for a man with a family. Not taking anything away from women there at all. I'm really not. Generally, I'm just generalizing. A lot of men see it on their shoulders to provide that Christmas, that magic, etc. And it's not just for the kids, it's for partners and stuff. Luckily, my partner and me, we're reasonable human beings. We're not doing Christmas with each other. It's just for the kids. So we're not spending money on each other. But somebody who's already on that edge, who's already at breaking point, who's got a few presents over the months, but was relying on that last wage or that November and December wage, because like a lot of people in this country, we're living hand to mouth. We're living to our, means, and only just at that. So they were relying on that to then get Christmas sorted. That could be the tipping point that pushes somebody over the edge. And you know what I'm saying by that? I'm not going to say the actual words because, YouTube will have a fit if we talk about something like that, but it could genuinely push somebody over the edge. The only thing holding a lot of people together this time of year is to see the kids' faces on Christmas morning. Yeah? Not see my face on Boxing Day when it was looking at all the receipts and the bills, but to see the kids' faces Christmas morning. And the thought of disappointing kids, that could genuinely push somebody over the edge. I just feel like there is something they could do for people in that situation. Surely the tax office, if they know, it was definitely a mistake, we can see it, it's in black and white, on your next wage, we will give it you all back. And it is, I don't know, what do they owe me? They owe me nearly £1,000, right? So they owe me £1,000. Why do I have to wait till January? Are you telling me the government hasn't got a facility to just send that to me? Now, please send it to me now before Christmas so I can go and get presents. But no, blasé, no problems. They'll wait till January. And it really annoys me because it worries me for other people that couldn't handle it. As preppers, generally, we're a bit more prepared. I showed you my prepper Christmas dinner in a video the other day. So we'll always eat. We'll always have things. I do get bits of presents throughout the year. As a parent, I'm guilty of getting the kids more than they'd ever need. So, if we had Christmas and it was a very frugal like Christmas, so be it. They would understand. They know I would make it up to them when I can. So, I mean, my kids are really good like that. And they really do appreciate anything. So, and her family, the Scottish side, are really good to the kids as well. So they won't go out. They won't go without. So this isn't a begging video. I've struggled before. I'll struggle again. We'll get there. Not a problem. All right. It's just, why do it when you don't have to? They have the facility. They could pay me tomorrow. If I was unstable, if you push me over the edge, I won't be paying tax ever again. Will I? Is there a death tax? I don't know. Probably. Tax you on everything else. That's it. If you are in that situation, though, this is a message to you. If you've related to that and you're in a similar sort of situation, please don't let it push you over the edge. Remember, as parents, we do more than the kids ever need. Yeah? They like to unwrap stuff. If you've only got £20 for your child for the whole of Christmas, go and buy, I'd like to say 20, but everything's not a pound anymore. Go and buy 10 or 12 things from the pound shop. Wrap them up. Just have them open on Christmas morning. They'll be grateful. They'll be happy. It's just is what it is. Yeah? And you'll make up for it in better times. So please don't despair. They'll rob you every possible chance they can. And that's just the way life is. But yeah, that's my charge time rant. Usually this ends as I look at the percentage and say, right, well, that's nearly done and I've got to shoot off to work. But right now I'm not even charging anything. So I'll just say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Look after your mental health as well as everything else, your physical health, your preps and stuff like that. Your mental health this time of year, look after it. If you've no one to reach out to me. Yeah? UKUrbanPrepper@gmail.com. or leave a comment in one of my videos, any of my videos, and not just me, but the entire community will be there for you. All right. So look after yourselves, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.